Hi, I'm going to show you how to change your central line dressing here. So we're going to use this mannequin over here, and this is a subclavian line. The materials you're going to need for this is you're going to need some non-sterile gloves, the central line dressing kit itself, another set of sterile gloves in case your hands are either too big or too small, some flushes, some caps, and then also some Curos, and also anything to clean your hands with. May need alcohol pads. First things first is you always want to clean your hands before you enter a room. Then you want to explain to the patient what you're going to be doing. You're going to open your kit just initially, just to get the pair of mask in there. So you can just open it like this and just leave the rest of it open. Or sorry, leave the rest of it closed. So you're going to put your mask on him. I'm going to just put that down there because it slides. You're going to put your mask on you. And you're going to want to instruct your patient to kind of not face the dressing throughout the procedure. So you can put on your non-sterile gloves. And you're going to kind of take down everything before you even start cleaning or opening this package up. So what I most frequently do is I kind of peel around the corners and then peel down. That's how they would like you to do it. I do peel this bottom section off first just because it's kind of enveloped into the line, and if you pull it, it's just going to get caught. So you can kind of just stick it right on there and just kind of go around the corners. And while doing this, I generally try to keep my hand onto the catheter to make sure I don't lose it. You can switch hands if you need to, just kind of, while you're actually pulling, just kind of keeping your hand on the catheter, just in case some of these suckers get sticky. And if the bio patch is placed on correctly, it'll just come right off when you pull down. Yep. And there you go. Pull that down. And then you're going to want to pull off your stat lock. There's these little two tabs that are on the bottom here. You're going to want to unclamp each one. And you're going to take out your catheter out of there. And you're going to peel it off. There you go. You're going to leave your line. While doing this, you're going to take a look at your site to notice for any redness, discharge, or swelling around the site. Then you're going to want to discard your rope gloves with all the rest of the materials. You can either clean your hands with this, or there's actually some alcohol that's inside the package right there. You want to put that to the side. You want to put your gloves to the side. There's a list of instructions in here in case you need it. And you're going to open up your sterile field here. And we will go over the items after I put on my gloves. Always remembering that you have about 1 inch of non-sterile area around your field, just as a general rule. I'm going to put on your gloves. Pull it out. And always being patient. Always grab it by the inner cuff. And slide your first hand in, and once the first one's in, it's all easier. And scoop the other one. Yeah, stick it in there, and that's it. So for items in here, we have a sterile drape. If you have a PICC line, this is really helpful. If you ever put one down, it's always Chinese side down. You can also put it for more space if you need it. It's up to you. There's some extra gauze here, another non-adherent pad, your chlorhexidine swab, extra tape if you need it. There's also some tweezers or forceps, your other stat lock to replace it. There's some skin prep, and also there's a bio patch and a dressing along with a measuring tape just in case it's a PICC and they want you to measure. So first things first is always cleaning. So you want to break open your chlorhexidine. You want to scrub especially around the site, or about 30 seconds. If you need to kind of secure the catheter, you can use your forceps here. I'm going to hold it right there. And just kind of clean around. Good 30 seconds plus 30 seconds of drying time. Okay. Okay, that's that. Throw it in the garbage can. And if you want, you can kind of put your forceps down right there. Always just kind of remembering that that may not be as 100% sterile as this stuff, just kind of separating your items out. And then you're gonna wanna grab your skin prep. And they only give you one skin prep pad, so you're gonna have to prep what's underneath where you're gonna put your stat lock and also the border of the dressing. So I'm gonna open that up. You're gonna wanna kind of scrub right around where the stat lock will be. Then around. Okay. Then you're gonna wanna grab this here. So you're gonna wanna line up these little 2 pegs into the holes that are right there. You're gonna always wanna face the arrows up towards the dressing site, and then you're gonna wanna peel off each one at a time. So the hardest part is to get it inside the holes. So you wanna grab your line right here, and line it up right there, and put in each peg. And then you're gonna hold it, and clamp each side. Then you want to hold it in place where you want it, and then peel off each side. Very carefully to try not to lose your line. And then there you go for the second part. All right, and just kind of press down a little bit. Then you're gonna also want to grab your bio patch. Always making sure that the blue side is up and that it lines up to the catheter itself, the hole, the opening. So you want to put that right there. And then also really making sure that it basically envelops the whole line. Basically the entire bio patch is kind of underneath it. And then you're gonna want to grab your dressing right here, and you're gonna kind of line it up before you kind of set it up. And what I do is I peel it up and use the window to kind of look through it. And the fenestrated sections right here are just kind of lined up depending on what way you want to put it. You can put it kind of either way, but you kind of want everything to be underneath it, including the bio patch and the stat lock. So it seems a little easier to just kind of set it up here. And you want the entire window to kind of match that up. Especially the insertion site. That's very important to be able to see the insertion site. Then you're going to want to kind of press down a little bit to make sure the edges are down. Then you can kind of peel off here. And then at this point, you're going to want to grab this second kind of dressing under here, and then this goes underneath the 2 lines itself. And you kind of just stick it right underneath just like that, and then it kind of holds it in place a little bit better. And then you're going to want to date your dressing. So you can use a pen or a marker, but anything that you can basically legible. And then since this pen's not working that great, that's okay. We're going to pretend that we labeled it very nicely. You can put it kind of wherever, just kind of away from the window. Right here if you want. And then we're going to change the caps. So for changing the caps, always just remember before you even take them off to make sure that they're clamped. This one's missing one, but we'll just change this one just for the sake of time. So you want to grab your caps we have over here. And before you kind of even take off the old ones, you're gonna wanna prep them before. So for the caps, what I do is I usually open the package from the top side first, and then you can kind of keep it sterile and just hold it like that. Plug in your saline. Go ahead and give it a little bit of flush, and then leave it to the side. And then you're gonna want to take your alcohol prep pad, have it near you. You're gonna clamp it, like I said before. Take off the cap. Hold it. Get your alcohol prep pad. Clean it vigorously for about 15 seconds, and it's very important to let it dry. Not just for killing bacteria, but also because that's the reason why your caps are stuck, and you have to use hemostats. Okay, I'm gonna let it dry. Give it a good 10 seconds. Go ahead and take off the cap here. Attach it. And clamp your line, give it a good flush, and then you're going to also grab your Kuros caps here. And then repeat for the other side. And clamp it back. And that is how you change a central line change.